Welcome to the vlog.
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 Welcome to the vlog, season 6.
Welcome to the vlog!
Usually I get to sleep in on Monday, but due to my training schedule, I did have to get in a 2-hour run in the morning, so I ended up getting 19 kilometers. The run went well. Definitely tired, but I'm just happy I got it done. It would have been definitely a little bit more palatable if I didn't have to go to an 8 a.m. meeting in person right now, but such is life. The rest of the day will be easy. This is, like, honestly, from waking up until the end of this meeting, it's the hardest part of the day, and then the rest of it is a little bit more relaxed, so we're okay. You can definitely see it on my face, but the 7 hours of training the day before and the 2-hour run were really getting to me. I felt so exhausted on Monday, it wasn't even funny. And then a part of my training was that I had to get in a 30-minute ride. I ended up doing a little bit longer. We did about an hour just because we were actually feeling good. It was an easy ride of half laps, and then we had pizza. It was a bit of a disaster pizza night. None of them were coming out straight, but they were still very yummy, and Molly and I ended the night by going to Dairy Queen and trying some of their fall menu items. So really, what's not to love about ending the night like that? And I ended up getting to bed early. I woke up around 6 o'clock, and Abby very kindly picked me up and drove me to UBC so we could do swimming. Usually Tuesday is a work from office day, but I am taking an advanced machine learning course with Databricks, and it's like a 4-hour webinar, so I wanted to be comfortable, okay? Sorry, I could not be fucked to go to the office today to be in like this like Zoom meeting where I'd be like uncomfortable the whole time basically, so yeah. The other part is I've been experiencing a lot of like full body, like mild, dull pain, but still pain nonetheless. Like it's like exhaustion pain. It's nothing sharp. It's just like this full body ache that I've been dealing with ever since the wedding. And I think it's just because I have been so active. So yeah, today is going to be nice to be able to just relax. The swim actually helped me feel a lot better, just being in like basically like zero gravity in the water. The other part that was nice was it was only a 30-minute swim. Me and Abby did it together. It was a lot of fun to actually be able to swim with someone, and it was a free swim as well. So we just came up with like drills in our head, which was really nice. And yeah, I had a good time. And then now after work, I just have to go to my grandparents, and that'll be very mild activity in the evening. Even though I was sitting at my desk all day, I felt like it exhausted my mind, which then I felt being exhausted in my body. And so although I really only swam 30 minutes that day, I was still exhausted. I took a 30-minute nap at my grandparents and then walked home with Molly, and then that did not deter me from sleeping the whole night. And I'm really glad that I decided to sleep in and just go straight from my bed to work, because it just gave me a little bit of a reset. During my lunch break, I finally did some meal prep and got groceries and vegetables so that I could eat a little bit healthier. My workday felt really busy, and when it was over, it was time for me to get my training in. I biked over to the gym to get a little strength training session in, and then I went to the aquatic center to get a swim in. And the swim didn't go as well as I wanted it to. I just felt really exhausted and like I was flailing and drowning in the water. I stopped at my parents' to pick up a package, and then I biked home and just essentially went to bed. And I was up early the next morning doing a Zwift workout, very sweaty as you can see, and I was pushing 150 for 10 minutes, and sometimes that wattage feels okay, but it did not feel okay today. I have to get on a 35-minute run now. I'm so tired. It's fine. Once the run's over, it's over, and then I'm good to go for the day. Surprisingly, this run went pretty okay. I wasn't in the best headspace, but it did perk me up, and then I just got home and got to work, and I was pretty exhausted. Do you recognize the high quality of the camera? Finally reunited with my Canon G7X after 9 months of her being at the Canon hospital for repairs. I had sent it off in January for it to be repaired, hopefully to be back. Guys, I promise I'm not ignoring anything important. I had sent this off to be repaired with the ideal hope that it would be back in time for Australia. Obviously that did not happen. My Canon did not come back for literally any of the amazing travel that I did this year, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm just happy to have it back now. And I still have my travel to Ironman that I can document on this camera, and you know, the rest of my travels in life, so whatever. Yeah, the big theme of this week for me has been I've just been so exhausted and I have not been able to combat it. It has been really difficult for me to concentrate. It's been really difficult for me to recover this week, and I was talking to my coach about it, and she was just basically saying that we're kind of at the end of like a training block right now, and we've been building up fatigue for the last 4 weeks, so it's very intentional that this week feels the way it does. So just have to trust the process. I think it's just hard because also I've been feeling really good and really energized in the weeks leading up to this moment, so I just want to feel good again, and I will. I just really think this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, has really thrown my body through a wreckage that has been hard to recover from. And I have one more hard day tomorrow, but then I get better sleeps Saturday, Sunday, Monday of this week. So I just have to, I just have to make it. I just have to make it through these next couple of days. Such is life. I paid the rest of my dues to the Locked In factory and finished off with a good day of work before it was time for me to go to the breweries with Nicole, Turner, and Victor, and we had just a really lovely evening. I got some Pad See at the end, so it was just great. I didn't even go to bed that late. I only had like 1.5 beers, and yet I did not feel great the next day. My ride was just also really challenging, so it left me feeling like I had reached my limit. I tried to start work, but I just felt horrible the entire morning. So unfortunate. I tried to thug it out, but unfortunately I am calling it. I just texted my boss to take the rest of the day off sick. I just don't feel good. My eyes really hurt. I feel tired. I genuinely don't think I have recovered from Emma's wedding. And okay, you know what? It's probably not just the wedding. It's like the big ride and then the big run in the 2 days after. So I am just, I don't know. My brain is just at capacity. I feel like everything is fuzzy and my eyes hurt. I think this is the right call. I was looking at the amount of sick days I have, and I quite literally have almost 40 days. I've only taken 1 sick day this year, which probably because I was on vacation so much. I've been so busy every day that I've been working since I've been back, but yeah, it's okay. I'm closing up a couple things and then I can rest. Once I accepted that I was going to have the rest of the day off, it was just really nice to be able to have lunch, and then I took a nap, which felt really amazing. I needed the extra sleep, and I'm cat sitting this weekend, so I got to say hi to Pee before heading off to Turner's house, and fall's really getting started. For some reason, Hank was just being so extra cute and affectionate with me today. I think he likes me, and whenever I go over before, he is excited to see me, but this time in particular, he was just so happy to have me pet him and just snuggle with him. Turner and I had a really relaxing evening. We made little barbecue skewers and salmon, and after dinner, the best thing in the world happened. Hank's never done this with me before, but he crawled up and snuggled with me for like half an hour. I kind of couldn't breathe when he was sitting on me, but I didn't care. Like, as long as he was gonna be on me, I was so happy. Unfortunately, I didn't get to sleep over, but Turner and I did end the night with a little DQ blizzard before it was time for me to go to sleep. And then on Saturday morning, it was just another coordination and logistics type planning morning where I just had to make sure I had everything. I went to visit Pee and spend some time with her. She was a little bit more affectionate with me in the morning than she was in the afternoon on Friday, so it was nice to get some pets in with her. She's just so soft and beautiful. I love her so much. And I was very sleepy just being at Courtney's house, sitting and being with Pee. Like, it's hard not to want a nap, but I did eventually leave and get in a 3.3 kilometer swim. I was so tired at the end of it, and I just felt exhausted. I did a little Legree class with Silk. We went and got dinner. The cutest crow was at the pho place we were at. Had a nice dinner with her. We caught up, and I just felt really happy at the end of the evening. I got into bed really early and I got a great sleep. 12 hours later, I was awake and I was ready to start my day. I had a really big day of training ahead of me. Had a little breakfast with Molly. We were both eating it at the same time, and yeah, I was wearing gloves for the first time since late spring. Very unfortunate, but had to visit Pee after. This was the most affectionate she had been with me all weekend, so I was just so happy to be there. And again, the moment I got to Courtney's house, I just felt instantly sleepy. Like there's just something about being there where everything is relaxing, and there's this little angel baby cat that is looking at me the whole time like, are you kidding? I really wish she would have snuggled me because I just never would have left. But unfortunately, she did not feel like being a cuddle bunny. So eventually I left. I got myself a little coffee before getting on the ride because I just realized I was going to need some caffeine to get me through the day. And I got ready for the bike. Here's the logistics for today. Got a indoor ride for 2 hours. The reason we're not doing the full 5 hours today is because I don't want to. But I have to get in a certain wattage training today. So we're going to be doing this bad boy. So it's 2 hours, around 15 minutes. And she wants me to hold 140 for 2 hours. But she said I could take breaks. So I decided to do a little warm up into it and then have a little spike, little rest, spike, rest, bigger spike, and then cool down. And then we'll go on a 3-hour gravel ride. It's not exactly what coach wanted, but guys, I really can't do a 5-hour thing on this trainer today. Maybe I'll one day work my way up to being that mentally strong, but not today. You know what, guys? The indoor ride passed by surprisingly fast. Like, it wasn't difficult enough that it made me feel like I was being tortured. And I was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, so honestly, I was having a really good time while I was getting through this session. So it was just challenging enough to be a workout but not killing me. Then I went on a gravel ride and I was feeling tired towards the end of the 3 hours, and I was getting very dirty from just being out in the rain, but it was still really fun. And then I wasn't sure how I was going to feel for the run. I wasn't feeling amazing in the transition, but then I ate a little bit and got running, and then I just felt so good. So I was really happy with this day of training, and I persevered through the rain and managed to get 6.5 hours out. I had dinner with my parents, which was just so nice, and then I got home and just got straight to editing so I can get the vlog out. This has honestly been a pretty challenging week in terms of how my body's been feeling. I have been dealing with a lot of fatigue and a little bit of pain, and it's not like injury pain, it's just like that pain that you feel if you've ever like had a very manual job. I think this is the only other time I felt this, like when I've worked at camp and you're just out all day and you're doing something, and then you get home and the moment you sit down and lie down, your body is so exhausted, it's aching. That's what this week has felt like almost every single day. And it's not a very fun pain to have, but it's definitely like just, I guess, comes with the nature of the sport right now, especially as we're getting into the last 5 weeks of Ironman training. When I'm looking at the next couple weeks of training ahead, it definitely does start to go down. I think like the worst is over in terms of how intense some of these days are getting, but I think mentally it might get a little hard. I think I'm going to start getting more and more nervous as we're heading into the last couple weeks before I actually do the race. I am excited to those hours back and not be training during them. I'm excited to hopefully feel a little bit stronger and feel just more energized again. And I have a rest day tomorrow, so I will definitely be taking advantage of that and sleeping in and just relaxing my body tomorrow. It's nice. This Monday I did not get that day off, so I am very grateful for it tomorrow. That's all I really have to say right now, so we'll end it off here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week.